Hello, my friends, and welcome. This is Kate in the Nest, and this is going to be a sharing of my progress on Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 7 we're up to, and this is my tablescape. I've been seeing lots and lots of beautiful work. This piece is really getting beautiful under my fingers, and I needed a prop today because I think one week late in my piece of ceramics. Now, Kate, I love ceramic jugs and pieces. I started out doing a teacup, but I couldn't find I wouldn't do teacups, but instead I found that I have this old jug that I use. I use beautiful things all the time, and this is the one that waters my plant. So as I was watering earlier, I thought I'm going to just trace that pattern, and I thought I brought the pattern down to show you. I just did it onto baking paper, but it appears I haven't. So we're going to cut straight to the choice top, to the getting into the stitching. So this is a stitch along, nothing to teach you, just to share with you some fun as we chat. Top right hand corner, fruit, gradually getting a little bit, and down to the bottom right hand corner where I go back to my original use of feed sack patchwork and a piece of Rachel's beautiful linen that I think is just growing more and more into place. So not for me. Well, I thought I'd love to use some florals, but I've got so many florals. This was going to go on the other side, but instead it's going down here because I love how, again, it's not in proportion, it's over this. Here's a little bit of blanket that may easily end up having, I just saw that there, that filled in against the check, over a flower and into the garden. So adding interest to this bottom right hand corner. So I was going to iron it and forgot. So we're just going to get stitching. So I have threaded up a variegated, very long piece of 4-ply wool. And now I can just relax and ask how you are. I hope whatever you're making and creating. I just burst into song before, and my husband said, "You are just so happy to be home." And I said, "Yes, I am, because I love going away. I love traveling." I better just check if you can see my fingers down there. Maybe not. I'll bring it up a little bit. And for some reason, I seem to be doing like a big stitch here on the bottom. I'm actually thinking that this is the first time I've actually traced a shape. I don't want to be wrong, but it could be. My husband said, "You need a design wall," and I said, "Yes, I do." So I'm working on the sagas of turning a bedroom into a studio continue. I was all set to rearrange big time today. But I had a message, and this is a wonderful result. My son, who lives in Sydney, messaged and said, "Would my room be available tomorrow night?" So he's coming to visit and sleep over, and I of course said, yes, of course it is, knowing that means his bed has to stay in place and it feel a little still more the same. And then after that, I will rearrange and get myself a big wall where I can put all my ideas and inspirations up. So because this jug is in what looks very plain to me in terms of my style, I'm really going to just let it stand out and try to resist embellishing it. So it's turning into a little bit like an Alice in Wonderland still life, I think. But by seeing, something like this, I think it actually it speaks to the design behind it. Okay, so big stitches there. And here I think we'll just go for a running. A very rustic running stitch. Oh gosh, and the stem. Sheridan's away at the moment, but if she was trying to go to sleep to my voice, she would have just been woken up by that funny scream. I'm going to start another. Oh gosh, that's a bit of a wonky. It's all right, we'll make that work. Another sort of a quilt piece. I think that's, look at that. You rarely see me unbig, but I can't live with that cape. It was like I did a gigantic stitch and then a baby one. Yes, I'm dying to start that. It's not going to be one flower at a time. Ended up being, well, it was queen size. I don't know what that is in measurements. But at the quilt show, I saw that a lot of pieces were not that big. And so I loved working on this size. I think this is a metre or so. And I did pick up some vintage clothes in, I know some of you say you're interested in my sleeves, so this is my piece that I bought in Melbourne of the beautiful Gabriella, who owns and designs for, what's that beautiful name again? See, I've done a big one because I was talking and not concentrating. Miss Rose, Sister Violet. So I actually want to do some winter clothes, wearables for myself, and also just see how that part of my creative practice grows. because I am really loving this idea of sustainability and and wearing what we stitch and celebrating that, because many of us have made our own clothes. Well, I haven't for a long, long time. But to reclaim and also then embellish in our own style, I think that's something that I'm really interested in now. I'm going up high now because I have to go upside down to get around the spout. So I'm going into this fabric and then into the linen below. Resist getting speared again. My gosh, my nails are showing the don't look, everyone. Yes, they need a little bit of care after being on the road. Now I'm getting to the end of this thread and I'm getting to the part where I need to make sure that oh, she's a cutie. So the word candy stripe, because that's what I'm thinking of. And the table is rocking. Okay, I think you've got the idea of what I'm going to do there. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. This is a moment where I'm just contemplating. It's very white. Got that little gap there. I've moved one of my really big nests to beside me. As I said, change is as good as a holiday, and I've had both. So my basket is having a little rest, and I've got the lucky dip of this very big basket here. I want to echo some of the blues from up here. I'm just liking this stitching here. I'm finding it hard to work with triangles, isn't it funny? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to keep stitching this one, I think. I also played around with my big vase covering. Actually, why don't I just do this, okay? I'm so quiet because I'm back in heaven. And I've been contemplating as I've chatted with people. Isn't it amazing that just an in and out of a needle and thread, it's just so soothing and so versatile and useful and purposeful for all of time. There we go. It's a bit ratty, but we'll figure that out. I'm thinking that I'm going to do a contrast stitch of some sort, but I want to try that out on a different piece rather than going straight onto here. So, but for the moment, we've got the beginnings of a candy, a candy stripe picture. I'll show you where else I was thinking of putting it. On this side, I have the bowl of fruit down here, some flowers, and then going into the big centerpiece. And I don't think I necessarily need those flowers in there. So I was playing around with the idea that I'd put, maybe I could have multiple jugs, because that one would be higher. No, that's what I've got to do, a cup and saucer. I mean, oh, really, this is the cup and saucer, or the cup that Missy found for me. Isn't it divine? Have I got anything here that I could sort of trace that shape? Because this says violet. Just love, love, love. Let's improvise. I've got paper with flowers on it. I've only got an Inktense pencil. Okay. It's the invisible teacup in green. I'll come over here to look for some paper scissors. Oh yes, I can get them. I do have this gorgeous piece of willow plate. Okay, let's keep that idea a minute. This is just to share with you. That's probably the only thing I can do. You can do better. But I'm in the flow now, And I just want to see the size of a cup. It needs a little handle. So now we'll trim it up and make it a little bit more of a cupish. A little bit more rounded in there. And obviously straighter on the bottom. And this isn't right. It's enough to give the idea in space. Okay, so if I had something like there, or it could be another jug. I can't cut straight. Let's do, what else can I have that we could try cup shape? That's what the girls have been using, like a dense. I've got so many things under here. I mustn't forget that I've got that bit of that tapestry. Not too light. Oh, look what I just found that I think I had misplaced. So that's not for there, but it could be. Another vase above the violet, into that violet. Okay, so let me just put a pin in there. Just to remind me. Oh no, Kate, come on, what are you doing, girl? I just need some fabric to try out a teacup. But the choice of fabric is everything, because it has to stand out enough. I mean, if you need to go away, I totally understand, but I'm just going to walk about in my studio. If nothing else, I can show you some bits. Okay, I just found that I've got this candelabra that is not for there. I found this. Oh, I dyed this. That's very fluoro. No, I won't cut that up for there. This is some material from I don't think it would look defined enough if it was in a floral. So that means I've got to look for stripes. And it may not be the right proportion. Okay. Change of plan. Put that away. Have I shown you that I bought this, got a curtain pelmet in New Zealand. I've used this on my little purse that I made over there, and now I think there just has to be a little bit on this piece. Oh, of course it has. I wonder, can I make that into a cup? It's got like a stripe at the top and a handle. I don't think I've got the shape of a cup right, so I'm just going to improvise. If I ironed that, and again that is probably not the right place to go, and I work on that. Hello everyone, have a cup of tea. But there's another idea, and this piece will probably join these flowers without the stripe. Just going to cut this leaf out there. There's a different idea. Okay, let's go back now and see where this crazy piece has come. Have I shown you that? That could be it. Look, see, suddenly I'm seeing cups and saucers, but I need to have a proper pattern. But that's not bad over there. You're probably shouting at me at home saying, Kate, just do it this way. But I'll go get a different one. But how about something like that? Or a whole set of them. Who would know? So like everything in this piece, I just have to thank Rachel and Sarah for their total inspiration on this project. It's kept my mind going and happy, and just the feel of this piece is bringing me joy. So I'll save you from seeing that right at this moment. And for now, I'm going to say, from my squishied table centre with the piece of fruit coming up behind it, let's put those fruit down. I wish you were here to feel it with me. So much fun. Until next time, this is Kate in a Nest. I'll see you soon. Bye.